Coming up, a Sad Styles production. Get into it!
If you have those horrible, like, torture ways to die,
yeah,
what would yours be?
Oh, every time so this is not maybe to death, but this will give me any information that you want, is the nail bending back stuff. The splints going into nails.
Oh, god damn.
See, there you go.
It
Yeah,
hurts
like
thinking about it.
even more than like teeth things, which teeth things scare me, by the way, too. But yeah, but like that, like bending back's like somebody putting a splint and just bang, and you're like, what do you want to know?
Why did I ask this question?
SIN number.
Hurts me to hear SIN. I will tell you everything.
My debit code.
You always hear you're like, torture doesn't give you the answers you want.
Yeah.
I would tell you everything you want to know.
Absolutely.
It's all you have to do is say, like, listen, that's a wrench.
Yeah.
I'm going straight for the balls.
Yeah,
I'd be
yeah.
like, let's talk. Hey.
I'm like,
Come here.
it's like in
I
Die
got
Hard.
something to tell you.
Bubby. Yeah, he gets me a Coke. I'm like, yeah, thank you.
I would be the easiest. Just insinuate.
I actually believe that torture doesn't work for the reason that the same reason I'm saying that. Like, if they're like, what is the code? And I don't know the code. I'm like, 46231. Whatever gets us to stop.
I guess it works if you actually do have the information.
Yeah.
If not, it's seems pretty problematic now that I think about it.
Welcome to the Retrograde
Podcast where we remind you what you used to love and whether or not you still should.
I'm Andrew Bascom, and with me, as always, is the bad boy of podcasting, Mr. Bebop himself.
Mikey, Aaron, would you please stop scaring me?
Oh, it's such a simple request.
It's such a simple request. I don't want to be spooked no more.
No. And Mikey, let me tell you.
Yes.
The road is winding down.
The road is winding down. Oh, so you're almost finished that Cormac McCarthy book?
100%.
Yeah.
It's
you're about to cry.
Not going well.
Not going well. Actually, the road does have something in common. I'm Mikey Aaronworth, by the way.
Yeah, that's
Welcome.
Mikey Aaronworth.
The road does have something in common with the game we're going to be doing this week.
Really?
Which is Outlast 2. Because it also kind of takes place, not post-apocalyptic. I guess it has more in common with like the Texas Chainsaw Massacre. But there are similarities between the type of people who live in those weird villages and the cannibals in the road, I think is what I'm thinking of.
Yeah, or like a lot of horror movies, like it's always like the Appalachian Mountains, like the West Virginia forests are like hill people, you know.
The hills, they have eyes.
I always wonder, well, that's about nuclear bombs.
But they don't have me's.
Right.
There's an I in the hills, but there is no me in the hills. That's also true.
That is true. The hills have eyes, which also has the word C in it, which I think is really interesting. You know,
where's C?
E-S.
Huh?
So E, Y, take out the Y.
Yeah.
E, S, C.
Oh, I thought you meant like a letter C.
No.
Because that's the play on words that you usually go for.
Yeah. No, I think that's the Eyes of March or something like that.
Oh, the Eyes of March?
Yes,
Yeah.
which of course, yeah. No, but I always think about the hill people of West Virginia. If you're from West Virginia, please let us know, by the way. And like
to all our mountain mamas out there.
John Denver, pro con. Like, honestly, is it one of those things where, like, you know, because you ask people from Toronto and they're like, oh, Drake. And you're like, yeah. And then most people are like, yeah, Drake. And then other people are like, oh. But I think at the end of the day, people making you famous for something is not the worst thing in the world. But yeah, like, I've heard so much of these hill people, right? And their PR is great. And
great job.
Is that a real thing where you just have collections of humans that are like just very weird and never leave the forest?
I bet.
But that makes me think of like in general, like just like the world is so global at this point. We have drones going over. Like you can do Google Maps of every aspect of the world and stuff like that. Are you still allowed to be hidden? Like I'm always fascinated by the Amazon. Like they found a tribe that's never been touched by a human, and you're like, is that still a thing?
I bet you it is and this is why Bigfoot is real. And let's get into this.
Wow.
No, I think there's just so much dense area. Like the footprint is enormous and it's hard to comprehend. It's in the same way where it's like we know more about space than we do our own oceans.
Yeah.
There's just so much space and limited resources to cover it and less of a reason to do so, really.
Yeah.
I think like it's not flashy to just fly drones across the Appalachian Mountains and try to like discover people just living off the grid.
Yeah.
You want to send things into space.
Yeah, that's sexier.
You know what? Okay.
Just like William Shatner.
Oh, he was there.
He was there. He's 90. Is
he 90?
Yeah, we sent a 90-year-old into space. Why? I think it's getting closer to like, you know what? Let's send a dog into space. Like, why?
Wait, we just did that.
Yeah,
Not
we did it in the
just.
60s too, but yeah.
Sputnik.
Leica. Yeah.
Sputnik.
Yeah.
Oh, no, Leica. Yes,
Leica, yeah,
yes.
Sputnik's, yeah.
Listen, if you're new to this podcast, first of all, welcome.
Well, this is usually what we talk about.
This is typically what ends up happening, but usually what we like to do on this podcast is take a look back at the games that we used to play when we were kids. Usually it's something that had an effect on us one way or another, something that we had some sort of affinity towards.
Mm-hmm.
We rate and review the games as we remember them back in the day. Then we take a little bit of a break. We play the game, play you some of that audio or the video if you're watching over on YouTube. Then we come back and rate and review the game as it holds up in the modern day against like some modern games. But before we do that, we like to talk a little bit of bullshit.
We
Like
take
about
a
mountain
wrong
people.
turn.
Oh my God, Andrew. Is that a scary movie?
Yeah, I
haven't
think
seen it.
also about hill people in West Virginia.
There's a lot of scary movies.
What is going on?
Is it always West Virginia?
I don't know. I'm kind of taking a guess, but it's like the Appalachian Mountains, and based on my loose understanding of U.S. geography, that goes through West Virginia.
Isn't like North Carolina? Don't the Appalachian Mountains go through North Carolina as well?
Mikey, if I agree with you, will you not ask any follow-up questions?
I will indeed.
Yeah, then yes, they do.
I will indeed. Yes, they do.
Oh yeah, for sure, definitely 100%.
Take the trail to the mountains from North Carolina. But no, this game Outlast, we'll talk about it in a little bit before we or after we get into our bullshit like we normally do. But this is, so we're in the midst and towards the tail end actually of Retrograde, #Retrograde, where we do a month of the scariest games we can think of, or classic scary games. I would say all in all, this month hasn't been as scary as it has otherwise been for us.
It really hasn't.
We got a couple jump scares in Fear, which was good.
Fuck. Yeah. It's so funny watching that video back with the three of us with Jacob Sharp last week. And just like all three of us reacting at the exact same time to things is very, in concert, it's very, very funny to me.
There was one moment when I got really scared. And you could see, because we had a camera where you could see you two behind me and me up at the computer screen. And you look at Jacob and you say, "See, I fucking told you." Because I screamed so loud that it scared the two of you. Yeah, I felt good about that.
I get so mad, but yeah, you're right. This month has not been that scary yet, and I have no reason to think it'll be scary at all. It's done. Yeah, it's over.
Outlast, probably not a scary game. I think it's probably just about lasting in the mountains.
Yeah,
and the hill people probably come and give you pies that they've baked.
You look like you're in trouble. Would you like some sustenance? He's got an arm coming out of his head or something like that. Thank you.
That feels like something that you would have as a side mission in the Fallout series, where it's like you're out in the wasteland and someone who looks atrocious comes up and is very nice to you, and you're like, "How the fuck do I react to this person? This is weird."
Well, what's that movie? Rex and Tucker versus Evil?
Oh, Tucker and Dale versus Evil.
Tucker and Dale versus Evil.
That's a great movie.
And it's kind of like the same thing. And it's like, it is, we've referenced, man, now I'm going to screw it up, but it's the Shakespeare play where it's
Rosencrantz and
Guildenstern are dead, which is the same. It's the same idea.
Yes,
these characters that don't usually get the backstory actually have like a very rich backstory. They're actually nice people.
Like the reason they're running around with a chainsaw everywhere is because a beehive fell down and they only had a chainsaw to defend themselves against, and you just see them wildly waving it around, and all the people are afraid of them.
Or they're trying to help them because something's coming, and they're running away from them, and then immediately impale themselves.
Exactly.
Fantastic.
It's a great idea for a movie. But
Fantastic.
Andrew, there's another great idea for a video game, and that is cooperative zombie fighting madness. We did Left 4 Dead on this show over a year ago, I think, at this point. It was during lockdown because we were doing it remotely. But there is a spiritual successor to Left 4 Dead that has come out.
Ugh.
It's
scary.
called
Scary.
We're just with the ghost themes and everything.
God damn it. Enough.
Don't damn God. He needs to protect us from the spirits.
We've made this a living hell, and that's why he's punishing us. Yeah.
Listen, ghosts are so scary, but there's one ghost who is my friend, and that is the Holy One.
Jesus Christ.
Jesus Christ, our Lord. And his dad.
Yeah, the original zombie, if you will. Came back 3 days later from the tomb.
Back 4 Blood is the spiritual successor, Andrew. Yes. You loved Left 4 Dead.
I love Left 4 Dead.
Have you played...
No, not loved.
You still love
Left 4 Dead.
That's fair. That's fair. As was demonstrated on the podcast when we did the episode.
Yes, I loved Left 4 Dead when we played it.
Yes,
and it continued my love for the game. So Back 4 Blood, the spiritual successor to Left 4 Dead, just came out. And it was such a quick buy for me. Like it was like, oh, okay, I'll get it.
Wait, did you buy it?
Yeah,
it's on Game Pass.
I wanted to show them my support. Fuck,
are you serious?
Is it really? Fuck me, god damn it,
dude. It's on Game Pass.
I hope everyone's learning a lesson today. I know I did.
Are you playing it on Xbox or did you buy it on PlayStation?
PlayStation.
Oh, okay, that makes sense.
Well, I could have gotten an Xbox though.
We could. That's exactly right. You have one. We could have played together, dude. Actually, we still can play together. You just need to get it on.
I actually think it'd be a really fun Mushroom Club for us to play this game. So if you've never played Left 4 Dead, it was that you were 4 characters that just like Mikey said,
One
it
of
was
4 characters.
You're playing one of 4 characters,
All
and
4
3
at the
other
same
people are
time.
playing those other singular characters. So
Yes.
let me explain how this works. You join the internet, and and the whole point is that they create these choke points or create these single incidents every level.
Set pieces.
Thank you. That you have to work together to somehow cooperatively work
Right.
on things while
Against the onslaught of zombies.
hordes and hordes of zombies plus some special zombies or
Yeah.
elite zombies or something like that. So this game, Back 4 Blood, is just almost a straight continuation.
Cool.
I can't believe how close they are.
Yeah.
And that makes me so happy. Right? Like it's progressed. You've seen like modern day game influences. Like you have a camp now where you can influence your like costumes and upgrade your guns and like do all that kind of stuff, which was not a previous thing.
Is it a camp? Because I haven't played this yet. I do intend on playing it at some point, but I've got a few games to finish.
Doesn't sound like you. What are you talking about?
At all. Hey, by the way, my new slogan: better to buy than to beat.
And why is that now?
Video game, because I enjoy buying games more than beating them.
better buy than to beat.
Better to buy than to beat.
Well, it's a lot of beats, but I like it. But why though? Because it makes you feel better?
Yeah.
Like the purchasing
I mean, nothing ultimately makes me feel better, but the idea of it does.
The purchasing of the video game is a better feeling to you.
Yes, I'd like to see my bank account go down. Sorry, but
Yes.
so I haven't played it yet, so I do have some questions about it.
Okay, please.
When you mentioned this camp,
Question?
should I raise
question.
my hand
Over there?
first?
Yeah,
Hi.
question.
Me or the person behind?
No,
Is
no,
it
to
me?
you.
Okay, me.
What the hell?
Can you call me up by name? Call me by your name, though. I'll raise my hand.
Peaches? What's his name?
Okay, hand is raised.
Yeah, Mikey. Bad Boy Podcast.
I said, call me by your
Andrew.
name. Thank you very much.
No problem. That wasn't confused.
Thank you, Mikey. You mentioned this camp that you go back to. So is it kind of like, because in Left 4 Dead, it's very much you get from point A to point B to point C, and there's no backtracking for the most part.
So it changes quite a bit. Like the camp is just like a method of a main menu.
Oh,
and
okay,
so
okay.
the story is incredibly long though. So there's like, it's in 3 acts, and then there are chains. And I was realizing I was kind of confused by a couple of things because I was like blowing through like instructions. I'm like, yeah, I'll figure it out.
Yeah.
And then I was like, wait, why can't I continue my run here? And so there are continues and lives where there wasn't really as much previously. There was lives, but the continues are like very different, but you can pick it up where you left off. So where you died, you could start a new one. Each of the characters, instead of just being a complete
Avatar?
Skin on a character, they actually have plus and minuses.
Like skills.
Yeah, and so like if you play as mom, one of the characters is mom, like an older woman.
I would play as her every time. I love it.
She's amazing. And she can heal people. One of the people,
she's right up my alley.
yeah,
This is perfect.
Heal me, mommy. And then like one of the other ones, like Team Stamina goes up because she like mostly does melee weapons. And so like there's certain parts like
Mama
that.
uses melee weapons?
No, her name's
the
Holly.
other character. Oh, okay,
yeah,
okay,
Holly.
okay.
Yeah.
So she's kind of like a tank almost.
Yeah, but anyone can use any weapon.
Right.
But you start with certain weapons and like, things like that. I will say it's just if you like Left 4 Dead, you'll love this game. It is not perfect. There are a lot of times where I'm like, the character's like in a wall. I'm like, okay. And I just close the door. I'm like, that's
Are you
fine.
sure that's not intentional?
Maybe it is. Maybe one of the characters is can like what's her name? Kitty Pryde from the X-Men can just step through walls.
Oh, yeah.
But they're stuck. They're
and
not.
every
They're
so
still
often
figuring it
their powers leave them.
Still learning. And you're like, cool, got it. So there are like parts like that, and it will get repetitive. So if you don't like the actual like basis of the game, that'll be a little tough for you. But with that being said, if you like this, it's like a pig in shit. Like you are doing this over and over and over again. And I will say they got a little creative about like different ways to try and get you to like face hordes, which is essentially, it's always like do something, hordes come.
Yes.
Do something, hordes come. So at that
You
way,
gotta open the door, and while the door's open,
there's an alarm that goes off, and you're like, and they'll give you a heads up usually too. Like the alarm will go off if you do that. I had to untether a boat because we needed to do things. So instead of Left 4 Dead, where it was like still trying to figure out, like it was a newer world where you're trying to figure out, this one's like how to take back the world for humans.
Oh, cool.
And so like there's like military guys, and you're like a scout team. So you go out because you're kind of like better than most of the people. So you go out and like stabilize an area, get a road working, and like
We need to take back the city center of Toronto.
Yeah.
Mama,
yeah, mom,
the 90-year-old with a baseball bat.
She is so badass. She's like also the leader of the group, and she like her little quips are so good of just like, come on, let's go. Like you're like, all right,
She's
mom,
like the
you got
Soldier
it.
76 of
100%,
yeah.
and she carries a short like a sawed-off shotgun.
Amazing.
Yeah, it's fantastic. So like, here's the thing, it's great if you know what you're getting into. If you played Left 4 Dead,
yes.
If you like Left 4 Dead, you'll love this game. If you don't, I would stick to Game Pass.
That's how I will definitely try it. Yeah. Actually, speaking of Game Pass, right now, Xbox, their Game Pass, the cloud gaming is in beta. So we're actually going to, as a favor to Xbox, test out Outlast 2 on their cloud gaming service. So we're going to be playing it. This is crazy to me still, in a browser. A game from 2017, I believe.
Wow.
Like updated graphics, great looking game. I ran the tests. It runs well. And you can do the same. I believe cloud gaming may be enabled for Back 4 Blood. I'm not 100% sure. Ooh. Possibly not, but it is on Game Pass either way. And I'd love to play. Is there character progression in it? Or like, do you level up your character or no?
So you can acquire cards. Okay. And so like, here's the thing that kind of makes the runs very interesting is that like, so you go on these runs, and if you crap out, you lose all your cards. Oh. But your character can progress as you like, I want more stamina. I want more health. I want more
Do you keep
ammo
the cards
capacity.
when you're done, or is it just for that run?
No, you can keep the cards when you're done as long as you're not losing.
Long as you, amazing.
And that's like a kind of a fun way of keeping involved with it.
100%.
And what has been really fun, how I know when games have me, is I'm like, one more run. And then 2 more runs later, I'm like, one more run.
See, that I love, and that's such a key thing that has made roguelikes and backtracking in video games in general so much more appealing. And that kind of brings me into a game that I want to talk about that I've been playing is Metroid Dread. I think I'm about halfway through it at this point. I was amped for this game because it turns out, love Metroidvania games. Yeah. And what better Metroidvania game than one half of the name that started the legacy of that genre, which is Metroid.
Yeah.
Here's the problem. This game, I'm gonna make a lot of enemies right now. It's a fun game.
It's no Simpsons Hit and Run.
It's honestly, Simpsons Hit and Run is a better game.
It was such a good game.
We
remember when we talked about the games coming up for the next year. I think we did this on the Mushroom Club where we drafted or talked about lists of games and like what was going to be the best game, most disappointing, all this kind of stuff. And I think I talked about this and I was like, I don't know, man.
Yeah.
And now I'm not looking for a victory lap. I'm just surprised. Can I say this? This is how I view myself.
Yes.
I'm surprised I'm right.
Andrew, so am I.
Okay. Glad we're on the same page.
So here's the thing is, and I don't know why this surprises me. Not you being right, but but this, what I'm about to say about the game. Games came along since Metroid, and since Castlevania, and they improved the formula. Mm-hmm. They did. They borrowed heavily from it, and that's what I love about it. But they improved it. They made things like backtracking less of a chore and more fun. They made the overall minute-to-minute gameplay and level progression a little bit more natural and flowing. There's something about Metroid that feels like a reskin of a game from the early 2000s, where they don't have those things like. There's a lot of backtracking you have to do in this game to make sure you double check on all the doors and abilities that you didn't get to use previously. But when you backtrack, there's no leveling up. There's no real discovery of more secrets unless you have like the key to get into those secrets.
Right.
So there's a lot of time you spend in this game looking at the map, which ends up being enormous, and thinking like, how the fuck do I get back here? There's no real organic way to figure it out unless you've memorized this enormous map. And in the process of getting from point A to point B, just to check and see whether or not you've missed a secret somewhere takes 10, 15, 20 minutes. And the whole time you're doing it, you're not gaining anything. There's no progression of your character. So I think that if that's what you want in the game, fine. Yeah. But I think if that's the case, that's like wanting Metal Gear to not update its controls just because you have an affinity towards the obtuse controls of like Metal Gear Solid 2.
That's a good comparison.
It's just this weird feeling. I am baffled that I spent $100 Canadian on this game after tax.
It's $100
Canadian after tax on this game. And
good God.
I think if this game were called anything but Metroid,
no
one would be giving it the time of day in the way that they're giving it. It is so apparent, and this is why I shouldn't be surprised by this. Nintendo has this string of games that they've been releasing like this. Mario Golf is one of them. Mario Tennis was one of them. Metroid is one of them. All these games that come, it's like Nintendo, we're bringing this to you. It's these iconic characters from our past, and it just does not feel like it's warranted because Hollow Knight was never an $80 game, and Hollow Knight is, I will go to the grave saying this. Hollow Knight is a much better game. The Retrograde saying this. Thank you.
No problem.
Hollow Knight is a much better game than Metroid Dread. And I think a lot of people will say like, well, obviously Hollow Knight's a masterpiece. Well, then why are we giving so much lenience to Metroid?
Yeah.
It's a game that came out years later and doesn't do what it's, I guess, like the games that were paying homage to the franchise. It doesn't even do what they do.
Right.
It didn't learn from them at all.
Yeah.
It just kind of stuck to the guns of what made it good back in the day and hoped that people would buy it just because of the formula and the name. But I'm not impressed with it the way I want it to be.
You know what's funny? It's funny that we're talking about these two games that are kind of like remakes of older games, right? And like older, Metroid's a lot older. But it is funny that we talk about things because we're in very much a remake culture now when it comes to TV, movies, and video games. And it's like, you hear a lot of people going, I just want a new version of the old game I love.
Yes.
Now, that is like a big statement to make. And what does it mean? It usually doesn't mean, give me the exact same fucking game.
Even if someone says that's what they want.
They don't want that.
They don't want that.
Yeah.
I thought that's what I wanted from Metroid. I really did. But it didn't occur to me that I'm like little moments where I have to backtrack and there's nothing redeeming about doing it.
Yeah.
Like you mentioned going through a level, and even if you die, at least, or maybe not if you die, but like once you make it through, you get the cards and they'll help you do something else. Even if you're replaying a level or a mission or something like that. This is just like, there's no reason to want to spend 15 minutes going from point A to point B, and it just feels like a chore.
Yes.
And if they cut that out, I think they could have cut 2-3 hours out of the game.
100%. Like those parts of the game were intended at the time because there was no saves.
Yeah.
And you had to traverse a huge amount so you could add to the game. And that was great. And that's what made it special. Games have changed. And if you're not being realistic about how they've changed, you are going to get left behind with this because now it seems
or
like
Left 4 Dead.
Oh my God. I didn't even think about that. You're going to be left for dead, Metroid. Because it's just not progressing with the world. That is not a fun tactic anymore. It's not a fun device anymore. That just becomes tedious.
Yep. They've improved upon it, and Metroid basically said, no, we got it, and they didn't improve upon it. I know a lot of people are going to be upset about it. Maybe the nostalgia factor is enough. Maybe I'm missing something, but for me personally, Hollow Knight is heads and shoulders above Metroid, and maybe it's not fair to make that comparison, but I think it is because it's playing with the same tools multiple years later and just feels like half the game for double the price.
For double the price. And that the price has to be involved in that too.
I think so.
You know what I mean?
think so.
Oh God, yeah. And like Nintendo's got to...
they got to figure something out there.
Yeah,
or maybe they don't because they keep selling these games.
I know.
It's not...
I just saw that the PS5 is now past the Nintendo Switch as the most sold device. And
I think that's not total number of units. That's, I think, just over the course of a month or something like that.
Oh, thank God. Because I was sitting there going like, imagine if everyone actually that wanted a PS5 could get a PS5.
No.
How much the sales would be?
I think I think it's just month to month for the first time. But isn't that crazy and maybe that's why, because the availability hasn't been there.
Right.
But it's been tough, as you would say.
Thanks.
Since the launch of the Switch at some points in time to get your hands on one, even years later.
That's crazy.
For the most part, you can walk into a store and get one, but like when there's a big game release or like a special edition Switch, sometimes it's really hard to get your hands on, which is fucking crazy.
That's crazy. How many years later? But like, there's obviously huge demand. Obviously, also we went through a pandemic with quarantine and stuff like that. So video games became a premium because people are like, what am I gonna do at home? Like,
and manufacturing shortages and all that stuff.
Well, that's
maybe that leans into why it's hard to get a PS5. Who knows?
Who knows?
But you know what's also going to be hard is getting our way through this fucking game that we have to play
Mikey,
today.
we have to play this game.
Unfortunately, we have to play this game. My least favorite month of the year. I used to love October.
Yeah.
Now I don't, because we have to play scary games. And this is one that, we were talking and we're like, people love to see us scared. I think the prime example of that would be Five Nights at Freddy's when we played that last year. Was that February or was that...
Mikey? I don't know.
Who knows?
Yeah.
And who cares?
Yes, honestly.
It's in the past. I'll never play that game again. Fucking sucked. But Outlast was a game that we agreed to play because it's notoriously very scary. Modern graphics.
Okay.
More of a video game than something like Five Nights at Freddy's is.
Yep.
And we're going to give it a shot. I would have loved to have played the 2013 original version of Outlast. Unfortunately, as we mentioned, it's not available on Game Pass. Yeah. But Outlast 2 is. So if you have Game Pass, feel free to play along with us, and then join us as well after the gameplay and give us your thoughts too. I played through the first 5 minutes or so. I started to do that because it gets us through the opening cutscene and gets us straight into the action. The opening cutscene. You're a news reporter. Okay.
Uh-oh.
So I'll take you back. Okay.
Please do.
April 25th, 2017. That's when this game comes out.
Awesome. Good day.
You are ex-Duke Lacrosse player and future Whammy game show host Blake Langerman with your wife. It's not actually true. You're a journalist, but with the name Blake Langerman.
Oh my God.
You could be either of those things.
Blake
Langerman.
Langerman.
Blake Langerman. Whammy, no whammy, no whammy. With your wife, Lynn, they don't give her a last name, but it may be Langerman.
It might be. We don't know if she took her. She didn't take.
That's true.
Blake's
She
name or not.
seems from the opening cutscene. She seems like a strong woman. Not to say that if you take your husband's name,
what's going on here? What's going on? No, just finish your thought.
It's hard, man. As soon as I was saying it, I'm like, why? What are you doing right now?
I'm gonna step. You got to know, Mikey, to know. Like, I was doing this with the best intentions. Like, well, it didn't sound like it.
Yeah. Listen.
Oh no,
everyone's strong.
No, you know what? I'm going to double down. This is how shitty right-wing comedians are created. Like, you guys are offended by that? Actually, you know what? I really feel that way.
Yeah,
they were like,
oh my God. All right. So let's ignore what I just said, but you're Lynn. Let's call her Lynn Langerman.
Okay.
Which sounds like Anchorman, and you're news reporters. So Lynn,
she's also a news reporter.
You're a
they met at work?
Father son. You're a husband wife newspaper or journalist duo.
Okay,
right. You're going into this world. It's in Arizona, I believe, and you're investigating the potential murder. We'll call it a mysterious death. We don't want to be charged with libel here.
Right. Yeah. Well,
mysterious death
the
of a pregnant woman named Jane Doe.
Okay.
There aren't many living women named Jane Doe.
No, I think it's like naming your child Jeeves. You're like guaranteeing that they're definitely going to get murdered or become a butler.
Wait, do Jeeveses get murdered?
Well, yeah, based on Clue.
Clue,
yes.
Yeah. Hey, have you seen the movie Clue, by the way?
1,000 times.
It's, I realized I haven't. And I need to see it.
It's fantastic.
I've heard it's amazing.
It's like every comedic actor that you liked in the 80s, like Michael McKean and Tim Curry and stuff like that, just in a really funny movie together.
Is it funny? Is it a comedy?
Yeah.
Or is it
it's a comedy. It's
really?
Like it's like slapstick over the top.
That's
wacky.
amazing. I love that. I got to watch that.
And do you know that this is like a crazy idea for I think it's the late 80s, early 90s, forgive me, West Virginia Hill people, is that they shipped 4 different endings to all different theaters so you could go see the movie again and see a completely different ending.
Dude, as a joke, I was going to say, how funny would it be if you put it in and there was one of 4 ways it could end? That is so, God, man.
Isn't that cool?
That just bring us back to the 90s.
Yeah. Well, that was like an idea where you're like, no fucking way. And now you're like Black Mirror, I'm choosing the movie or something like that. And I'm like, whatever.
Yeah, that's fair. But there's something about, like, we didn't watch Black Mirror in a theater.
No.
Right? There is something about, like, just that luck of the draw, 1 of 4. And it's so that we talk about that playground era of misinformation with video games and stuff, where it's like, did you know if you do X, Y, and Z in this game, then like Samus
the Sims are naked.
The Sims are naked or something like that. Do you know if Mikey downloads a patch and accidentally lets his sister play the game, he gets grounded?
Do you know he added tens of thousands of dollars of therapy bills to his sister?
So Outlast, you are a wife and husband journalist duo. You're going to Arizona to investigate this mysterious death.
Jane Doe.
And on the way of Jane Doe, you the helicopter crashes. This is all part of the opening. You're
in a helicopter.
You're in a helicopter to get
very
there.
Urgent, yeah.
And the weird thing is your helicopter pilot is like really okay with the fact that his helicopter is breaking down by the second. There's like, psh, psh, and it like he loses control, and they're like, "What's going on?" He's like, the instruments, but I think we'll be okay." I'm like, okay. Turns out they're not.
Yeah,
they crash.
Brace
they crash hard. Mm-hmm. As the helicopter's going down, I found this funny. Your wife flies out the door, and you grab her and pull her back in.
Blake
Langerman, man, all that strength training from the Duke Lacrosse team,
strong forearms.
Yeah, but when you wake up, your wife's gone, and the helicopter pilot skinned alive. Yeah, real scary shit.
That is scary.
And then what happens is you're awake in a school, and I haven't played beyond that, but it's real scary.
Schools are scary.
Schools can be very scary.
Yeah,
especially if you didn't study for your exam.
Oh no, and I'm naked.
No, that's not scary. That's why I was expelled.
Stop. Very young naked Mikey with a backpack.
Yes. Yeah. Oh, and a clear backpack too.
Oh yeah.
Emperor wears no clothes.
Yeah. The metaphor runs deep.
Well, yeah, my clear clothes are in there, and they're like, you should have clothes. I'm like, it's in the bag. You can see it. And then if they say they can't, then I know they're done.
I like the idea. They're like, I followed your rules, Teach. I'd like to see you get through with this one. You're in a clear suit.
I found, was it you I was talking to about this? The Emperor wears no clothes makes no sense to me. Was this you?
Yes, we talked about this.
Was it on the podcast? It probably was.
Probably was.
Because that's the only time we talk anyway.
We'll save you from that.
Okay, fair. So hit me up on Twitter at Retrograde.
Oh, do you want to tell them again? Sorry.
No, I just told it last week. I'm not going to tell it. But basically, the Emperor's New Clothes is about a group of or two people who are making a robe for the Emperor, and they don't make him anything. They tell him that only smart people can see the clothes, and he doesn't want to pretend like he's stupid, so he says, I can see it, and goes out to the middle of like a gala where everyone is, but he knows that if there's any stupid people in the audience, they can see his cock and balls. Yeah. And he still agrees to do it.
Yeah, that doesn't make any sense.
It doesn't make any sense.
I think also maybe we were, I don't know, but that's the whole point of the story is the embarrassment. Because I was going to say is like, I think we were much more comfortable with nudity back then, which I do think is actually true. But the idea, I think the times that
back in the times of the Emperor, or when we were first telling that story?
Emperor.
Oh, yes, that's true.
So like it wouldn't be like if you walked around the street now, you'd be like, oh boy. But I think also the point of the story is that he's embarrassed by the nudity, so maybe that doesn't make any as much sense.
No, the whole point of the story is no one wants to admit they're stupid, so they all claim to see the robes,
right?
And then the two tailors just make off with a bunch of money.
Yeah.
They Hobbs and Shaw that shit, and they get away with a heist like nothing else.
Did that inspired a lot of tailors at the time too?
Yes,
they heard the story and they're like, I should get into
Jonathan Thomas.
Yeah,
would be the tailor that
Jonathan Taylor, the running back for the Indianapolis Colts.
And Taylor Joy.
And Taylor Joy.
Why is Taylor always the middle name?
And what's going on with that?
Or at least in 2 of the 3 of these examples.
Yeah. TaylorMade, the series of golf clubs.
Yeah.
Which would make sense.
That would.
These golf clubs were made by a tailor?
I can see them. I can see them.
I just... I
missed the ball. I'm not stupid. I just missed the ball.
Just the ball. You're just looking up like, do you see everyone going?
You didn't see that perfect shot. Only smart people can see that perfect shot.
Another hole in one. Way to go, Emperor.
So let's bring ourselves back to Outlast because we're gonna try to outlast this game as best as we can.
Oh my god.
Here's the bad news.
Oh fuck. What?
So you're, as I mentioned, a journalist.
Yes.
And it turns out the pen is not mightier than the sword. Because you can't attack the enemies at all
with a pen
or a sword,
or you can't attack the enemies.
You can't attack the enemies in this game,
Mikey.
All you do, because you're a weak-wristed journalist talking to you out there,
MLM,
you run
or MSM, whatever, mainstream media.
Oh yeah. You run, you hide. You push barrels over.
Oh, this is a terrifying idea.
It's going to fucking
suck.
That
sucks. Waiting.
You have a camcorder that has night vision on it, so when it's too dark, you look through that, like this tight area,
Mikey,
but the batteries can run out.
Mikey.
I don't want to play it either. I don't want to do this.
We're amping ourselves up for the worst part right now, too. The first one is going to legitimately get a flatlining scream from us.
Yes. Yeah.
Fuck.
And it's going to start right off the bat because we start in the school. That's where I saved it. So
where we assume there are people looking for us.
I would assume, or dead baby ghosts.
Oh, wow. Okay, I didn't see that one coming.
Maybe.
You can't rule anything out right now.
Dead baby ghosts could be anywhere.
Oh, what the fuck? Now you're just trying to scare me in my real life, too?
Yes.
Oh, my God.
Andrew, when you sat down, did you bless that seat? You may be sitting on a dead baby ghost.
Everywhere I go now, baby ghost, just like a shower curtain. I'm trying to get out of the way. Get out of the way, baby ghost.
That's basically the story of Death Stranding.
Yeah. That's definitely not going to get me committed at all. Walking around the street, baby ghost. I don't think Andrew's feeling well. Okay.
So usually what we do, as we mentioned, is we rate and review the game as we remember it back when we played it. Neither you nor myself have played this game, either the original back in 2013, nor this one in 2017, because Why the fuck would we?
Why would I take
would we do this?
my few valuable free time and do this with myself?
Yes.
Like, this sounds awful.
It sounds terrible. So what we're going to do is we're going to play the game, and then we're going to come back. As I mentioned, we're going to play the audio, or if you're not watching it on YouTube, you can go see the video on YouTube and watch us get the shit scared out of us, as will inevitably happen. And then we're going to come back and rate and review the game based on what we think we would have thought of it had we played it back in 2017, and what we think about it now in the modern day against the likes of modern games like Back 4 Blood and Metroid Dread. Nothing much more to say apart from fuck you guys for recommending this game in the first place.
This sucks.
And I'm about to hate the next hour of my life.
Yeah, let's just get it over. It's like a Band-Aid. Let's just do this thing.
Okay. I'll put the Band-Aids on my eyes so I don't have to look at this game. We'll see you guys on the other side.
Bye.
Arizona. Yeah, I think it's in Arizona. I can't remember actually if it's because they mentioned Colorado.
Oh.
Are they close?
Yeah, actually, no, they're not very far.
About US geography.
Oh, you don't know about geography in general.
Well, I mean, I like to specify American because then people may think, well, European he's good at.
Yeah, you're like, do you know anything about, I don't know anything about heart surgery. Do you know about other surgeries?
Surgery?
No, I'm not a doctor, but.
No, sir. How the fuck would I know anything about surgery?
But I'm telling you, I don't know. I think that's pretty clear.
Okay, here we go. Are you ready, Andrew?
I am ready, good sir.
Outlast, and the T is spelt with an upside down cross.
Oh, that's what I didn't know about this.
It's actually pronounced upside down cross last. Two. Okay, so we're going to continue.
Okay, we're going to continue because we talked about that earlier. That's a lot of crosses, man.
And if you were paying attention, you can now see that my Xbox Live name is Soup Plant. So come find me.
Come find me, bro.
Oh, here we go. Okay, so
oh my god,
this is the worst case scenario, I would assume.
Mikey.
Of something like we're in a school.
It's a Catholic school.
A Catholic school. Which have you ever been to a school late at night? Like past everything?
Yes.
It's the scariest feeling.
So scary. Anything that is supposed to be filled with people and there is no people is a scary thing.
Okay. A little door opens up. It didn't spook me though.
Didn't scare you. You're good.
It's my locker. Oh, there's a picture. Jessica. First place in what?
And, of course, they are in terrifying outfits, uniforms.
Yeah. There's a little Jesus.
You're not checking your right?
Yeah. Oh, there's someone in here.
Sir,
hello.
Sir, we need some help.
It's haunted. Look at the little baby steps you're taking. Like,
I know.
Am I a kid? Because look, compared to the projector.
Yeah, overhead projector.
I'm really tiny.
Music's ramping up.
Don't love that.
Don't like it.
Never love that. Just checking every little cubby.
Just in case. Oh, Mikey, this sucks. I can't believe we're doing this. At least there is a little bit of solace in these old horror games where, good check.
I don't want to go back. Okay.
Where you can at least go like, well, I'm going to start firing at these people, figure it out.
Fucking holy moly. I don't want to turn. I'm not turning around. The game ends right now.
Why don't you and I look at each other?
Okay.
And you turn around.
Is there anything there? Oh, it's a locker. Anything there? Okay, there's a girl.
No, seal blood. Oh my God.
We're not alone here.
Yeah, I know.
Holy fuck. Okay. It sucks. You can play. So we're looking at the camcorder. Oh, I actually filmed this on the...
It is Lynn Lagerman. She just said that.
It is Lynn Lagerman.
Oh, okay.
I filmed a video of her on the helicopter, and it actually has that on the camcorder, so that's cool. Do I jump?
Can't be.
Is there... everything's real dark.
Real dark. Can't be that you just...
Oh, here you go.
Oh, yeah, there
jump
you go.
Here. Oh, and that hurt me, because I'm a journalist.
My weak, frail bones.
Oh, sliding down because I can't keep my balance because I'm a journalist.
This just in, I'm a weakling.
To jump over a gap, press A while moving forward.
Okay, makes sense.
Okay. You could just say press A to jump. Like that's...
Hey, stupid.
A dum-dum. To get on a ledge, just move towards it. That's actually written down.
I don't think people are getting it.
Oh, my God.
Just move towards it.
To drop from a ledge, press B. You know what? Fine. Just give me this instruction.
Yeah. A lot of
good.
ledge-based physics in this game.
Press the right bumper to raise your camera. Recording will automatically start. Okay? When the record signal blinks, it means you're aiming correctly at the event.
Oh. Okay, that's kind of interesting.
It's dark, man.
Yeah, it's really dark. Even the fire of this...
Oh, night vision.
Oh, great.
So raise your camera and press the... Oh, my God. We're looking through the camera at night vision, and
hate
this
this.
looks awful, dude.
When we're going to have to do this and we're going to see somebody looking back at us, ugh.
I don't... This is Fatal Frame all over again.
Yeah, which I think was maybe the scariest.
For me, it was the scariest game, and I was the scariest, for sure.
I don't... One of these times we're going to put down the camera, and there's going to be something there.
Yes.
And I'm not looking forward to that.
Okay, so we don't need the night vision anymore. I can knock on a door, should I?
Yeah, knock it up. Knock on a door.
Knock on a door.
I'm lost and hurt.
I'm lost. Oh, yeah, and hurt.
Jammed! That's the explanation. Not locked. Oh, the door's jammed. Oh, don't go in that entrance. It's jammed. Do you hear something?
I don't think so.
Okay. Oh, don't start doing this.
That is so the left bumper gives you like a full-on backwards turn.
Is anybody there?
Something just opened up.
There's lights.
Is that somebody on a post again?
Listen,
I had a tricycle.
we may be okay. Maybe there was a misunderstanding with the skinning.
Yeah.
Maybe this is a perfectly normal place, and that pilot was a creep.
I like it. Yeah, exactly. That pilot touched my daughter or something like that, and they skinned him. Or I like the idea that it...
Oh, now we can peek. Oh, there's someone there.
Hello?
Hey, what? Don't run away. Okay,
Oh,
well, I'm
no.
definitely
Well,
not
now we
following
told
him.
him to...
You just saw someone in the distance, and he ran away from me. And oh, there's someone right there. What the fuck was...
Oh, you saw him before I did. Oh, and he's backing up slowly.
What the
Totally normal. Totally cool.
I don't like the fact that I saw him.
Oh, screaming.
Is there screaming? God damn it.
You know,
there's dead bodies.
And a weird baby doll. Baby doll.
Baby doll.
Hey, baby doll.
That's kind of neat.
Man, this fucking sucks.
Knock on this door. Hey, they can't really hurt us.
It's a video game.
It's a video game.
You know what? When you put that in perspective, oh, a totally normal picture.
Close the door behind you because...
Can we turn off the lights?
Why would I want to do that, Andrew?
I don't want them to know.
Oh, you can hide? I don't want to...
Hold the peek.
Oh my God, you can hide in closets and stuff. What in the world is going on, dude?
Oh, put up your camera.
Photo taken. Press triangle. So, okay, Our Father. Okay, so there's also a battery on the camera,
Yeah.
which does a lot of things. I don't know what happens when that ends out.
Yeah, I don't know.
Review footage. Let's take a look at that picture. Dear Father. Can I zoom in?
Our
Yes.
loving God.
Our loving God continues to bless me with visions, and I know more certain than ever that the enemy is near with every day. Well, that can't be us.
No, that can't be us. Must have been a helicopter pilot.
I was scrubbing the stains from the floor of Daniel's room. What the fuck did Daniel do? When the blessed music rose inside me and sank me into true sight, where I saw a creature like the burning sun, but with the inward rings of teeth upon teeth and dangling beneath limbs that I took to be the arms were cocks. Hang
Wait.
on. Cocks?
That rose in
Childing purpose. And as this monstrous sun descended, it fucked the earth and birthed some great and slouching horror from the fire. What in the
I thought we were misunderstanding that. Yeah,
it's
and I'm
cocks,
like, oh no,
roosters, right?
Yeah,
Roosters.
yeah, cocks. No, he fucks it. Oh,
And
interesting.
then imagine the next line is like, and those chickens lay roost.
Yeah,
You're like,
yeah.
wait a second. Now I was filled with the same fear so great that I could not breathe nor move, and saw myself all those years back blinding Daniel with the lie and tried to weep but could not. And when I woke, I found myself wet with lusting, painfully desirous to feel a man inside me. Hello. All right, this village ain't so bad.
Every line is so different than the last.
This is like that game you play in kindergarten where one person writes a line, you fold it back, and you write the next line to that one.
Dear God, I want forgiveness. Also fucking the earth. Also blinding my son. Also, I want to be pounded by a man. Whoa.
I would take greater comfort in your manhood inside me. I guess that's God she's talking to. And a firm prayer that the Antichrist be strangled in my womb, the most faithful of your flock in holy longing.
Oh, I didn't see
Lisa.
this being written by a woman. Okay.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Inside her?
Well, I thought it was a guy.
That's
I thought it
fair.
was yeah.
Okay.
Mikey,
I don't like to
stop doing that.
turn around. Oh, pick up a bandage? Yes, please.
Nice.
Do you want to play?
No. Is there someone outside there?
What is that? I just saw...
Oh.
It's a dead body. Was that? Oh, that's
it's
the baby.
It's the baby
It's
outside.
just the dead body with the baby. I don't want to open this door though.
No.
Should we look at each other again?
No,
while
can we
do
just,
it?
yeah, let's do it again. Where
Okay.
we look at each other. And we open. Move backwards, open. Okay, open.
Anything?
No.
Okay.
I also assume there will be a music cue when that happens.
I don't think so.
Like a.
Oh, I hope so. It is so dark. It is baffling to me that some people enjoy these games. I just don't understand.
I don't imagine that's like, hey, that was a tough day. Let's crack open some Outlast 2.
Yeah.
And-
Is the only reason people play these games to stream them for other people's enjoyment?
Yeah, like you were talking about torture earlier. Like these are just built for torture devices, right?
Yes.
So those are dead bodies, I'm assuming, or
No, just crosses in the ground.
Oh, okay, just crosses on the ground. You know how you just like put some crosses on the ground?
Yeah, I do it all the time. Whoop. Every so often I gotta look behind me. That says,
It's in the
It's a basement. Why are you going in it's out, you have the whole outside of the Appalachian Mountains. Why are we going into a fucking cellar right now?
I guess, like I was gonna say, like, what do you think? That they brought your wife to the cellar? I'm like, no, that's probably where they brought her.
So it's very bloody in here. We entered a room in the cellar. It's very bloody.
There's another fucking
note.
child doll thing in the, like, pinned to the wall.
Midwife's lament. So these,
This is the birthing room?
I gotta say, these,
What's up, Mikey?
these hill people,
Uh-huh.
pretty good writers. They had a creative writing coach out there.
They've written more than I have in the last couple of years. Pen to paper.
Yeah, there's definitely a dead child on the wall. I can't believe I had to say that again today.
He said it again. Ring the bell.
Ring the bell, dead child on the wall.
Everyone drank.
Yeah, so this is definitely where things are birthed, and there are flies.
It's a literal manger.
Where do they find all the baby dolls?
Yeah, like like Etsy or something like that. Like they're like, how much you got? Like about 40? Okay, that's pretty good.
Oh, my own shadow scared me. Fucking Jesus. I don't like this room.
Yeah, you're stepping on babies.
These are they actual babies?
They're actual like children.
Fucking hell.
They're real. Oh, the noise.
The noise, that is gruesome.
Oh my god.
I have no batteries. Oh, fuck. I thought
Can you charge it on the fire?
Yeah, camera's running out of batteries. It's real.
Oh. That's definitely a human being. And tall.
Okay, so what do I do? Do I run past it?
Ah!
Don't
Took a
touch
swipe
me!
at us. Run!
Where is she? She's chasing me. I'm about to run out of batteries, too.
You better find somewhere you can hide into. Is this the place that you were in earlier?
That's locked.
No.
Fuck. Where is she? Oh, God. It's running out of batteries. Andrew, I don't want to play this. I don't want to fucking play this. Where did she go?
I don't know.
How do I get out of here? Oh, I can crawl. Get me the fuck out of here. What does that sound?
I don't know what's happening, and I don't like it. Are these rechargeable batteries?
I hope so. You can move objects. Okay.
So we probably have to get up.
There we go.
Nice.
Okay, now we're
And
up
now-
top in a place I still don't want to be.
We're safe. I understand why people want us to play these games. Like, I do.
I hate that they
But
want
I
us to.
hate it, and it sucks, but I get it.
Okay, here we
I
go.
just want to be at home.
So we're back.
watching
We're
Netflix
still being
with
chased
Lynn.
by this
Tall woman.
tall woman. This tall drink of water. Oh, camera's equipped with a microphone.
Here through the walls. It tracks
Oh, cool.
sounds.
Oh, shit.
She's out that way.
Can I hide in here? Can I hide
Under the
our
bed?
Yes.
Under
Under
the
the
bed.
bed, for sure. Okay.
So now, I wonder if that prompts them that then now they can go into the room to check.
Oh, I
like,
wonder.
To scare
I
you.
wonder.
Like before, they wouldn't have done that.
The worst case scenario is not dying here. Like, just of starvation. I would be okay with that.
You're just like on your phone.
In this tweeting, like, gonna be a long night.
Ask me anything. I've got a long night coming up.
You have the batteries for your phone for the camera. And you put them in your phone. You're like, I had a tweet. Oh, hide you and
Oh,
shit.
it's right there. So you can go B. Yeah.
Okay, you can go B.
You can go B.
Do I want to look at this guy?
Oh, Jesus fucking Christ, Mikey! Run, my alive! Ah! There's another one! What the hell is going on?
Dude, I'm seeing stars right now.
Don't be so passive. Oh, fuck off!
Yo, connect the controller. Holy shit, dude. Oh, what is happening, man? Those weren't even pop-out scares. I was just scared to have died.
Yeah, that was just scary because those were very scary people.
Okay, you gotta play.
Yeah,
I'm legitimately seeing stars.
So,
Wonder what that witch is doing right now. Oh. So a guy with a pickaxe walking around. Oh, he sees you.
how do we run?
Left thumbstick to run.
Okay.
Oh, there you go. Oh, you move slower with the camera. Okay, that's what fucked me up. Oh no, Daddy. Daddy, help. Okay, so this is me.
Am I a hill person? Time to run.
Daddy, who the fuck is Daddy? Is Daddy a character from Back 4 Blood? I can't believe you're stopping to film.
I thought that was what I was supposed to do.
Oh.
I'm going right to the church. Good. Let's go to the belly of the beast.
Let's go to the belly of the beast. This woman.
Oh, right.
This woman's my wife. A strong woman.
Wouldn't that be great?
I know she's strong. She took my last name.
Wouldn't that
Take the gag off.
Uh-oh. They found out of her sex thing.
This guy's got to learn to cut his own grass, though, because he's trying to be Papa.
Yeah. Oh,
There's only one Papa here.
there's only one Papa. How many purchases this guy made?
Well, he didn't purchase my wife, and if he did, maybe I wouldn't have had such a fucking issue with it. Wait, look up. At least I get something out of the deal.
Like Woody Harrelson with Demi Moore.
Well, we've seen enough of this village. Let's just go home.
Yep. Lynn, you're on your own. Running away.
There is not a person in this world I could love enough to do this.
No. Yeah, this feels like we should be going this way, though.
Oh,
let's
open
try
another
this
door.
one. Okay.
Jammed. Not locked. Jammed.
Jellied.
Here,
So-
wait, don't have the night vision on now. Yeah, there you go. So we can close the door. Let's go back outside and see if there's...
Go back outside?
Yeah, just see if there's anything waiting for us. I'm sure we have to go back where those cages are.
Totally loud door.
But if there's a way to go right... Go right around the church, maybe? And then maybe we can open the door from the outside? No, we can't. Okay, so we're supposed to be in that room with the cages.
Well, let's just... let me check the left. I do... This is the part...
I think someone should check the left. They're out of control right now.
I'm a journalist. Okay, yeah, well, I that's just human.
Running for an extended amount of time will exhaust you.
You are in terrible shape.
You're a journalist, that's why.
Too much coffee and cigarettes, my man.
They knew running would exhaust them.
Okay, so... So we're back here again.
Back with the cages. Lots of dead people in here.
Including this one not dead person.
Who is just screaming in hysterics but won't talk to us.
Shut
Oh,
up.
there you go.
Oh,
Yeah,
there
crawl
we
through the
go.
cages.
We should have seen
This guy's going to grab you, too. Watch this. I knew it.
Nice,
Didn't scare
you
me
got
'cause
that
I knew
one.
it.
You gotta help me. I love the idea that we're so desperate to help people and we're like, fuck off, man.
Yeah, I got to help one person and one person only.
I don't know you.
You tell Papa I love him. I've been good. I'll tell Papa. Papa, whatever the fuck I want.
I do love how wildly you vacillate between scared and cocky. Oh, God, I hate this game. Fuck you. Fuck this guy. Fuck Fatso over here. Love it.
Oh, someone got thrown out a window. Is that your wife? It is.
Oh God, Blake.
You okay?
No.
Are you a zombie?
Oh, her eyes because the night vision.
We have to run.
There.
We have to run. Yeah, fucking kill the child.
Hey, I have so many questions for you.
Can I get a hug at least?
Where are we going?
Away from here. Anywhere but here.
That's a great idea.
Lynn, I'm not gonna lie. I've seen enough to know. I haven't seen a tenth of what you've seen, and I know enough to let's get the fuck out of here.
Well,
Yeah,
instead of running off against Lynn and putting ourselves into another situation, let's drown ourselves. And then go talk about the benefits of not being a journalist.
Okay, let's go do it.
We'll see you guys on the other side.
Yeah. And oh my God, you okay? Scary, huh?
Yeah.
Welcome back to the Retrograde.
Thank you. Can we whisper the rest of this?
Yeah, 100%.
I have to say this off the bat.
Please do.
There was a moment in that gameplay that I'm not proud of. And here's the thing. I would love to say that I was putting that on. And I think if I
The
were
Ritz.
if I were playing it alone, I may not have screamed out loud. But there's a level you have to bring yourself to when you're presenting, where you're kind of just higher energy. And when you're higher energy, you're liable to kind of bubble over the surface a little bit. And there was the moment where I was being chased around the village, first by tall, scary witch lady, second by old man by the fire.
Old man by the fire, who's just enjoying the fire and going, oh, crap, I guess I got to get him.
Guess I got to kill this guy now.
Yeah. Oh, wow. There's like 30 guys out there trying to get him, and you guys, I'm going to get up and get him now.
It's always me, huh?
My day off, right?
Ralph can't sit down by the fire for 14 hours in a row.
I thought they would respect my vacation days, but here I am, putting in work.
You didn't see my out of office reply?
I was going to say, check my online calendar. Oh, God. They didn't Slack me about it. So you're not proud. But I think it's also, Mikey, it's a perfect storm of like, doing it together, being on camera, like you're so cognizant of everything that's happening. I agree with you. If I was sitting there alone, I don't think I would react as nearly as much. It would have
been way more internal.
Yes.
I would have been like, I just would have tensed up. Yeah. I would have popped a hemorrhoid for sure. I think.
Hey, only one way to find out. It's so, leading into this, we were talking about how Retrograde has not been scary.
Yeah.
Can't say that anymore.
You know what this reminded me of? Before Resident Evil Village came out, you and I played the demo.
Yes.
I think it was called Maiden. And it starts you out in a cellar, much like the cellar we found ourselves in eventually in Outlast 2, where you have to find your way out. And atmospherically, it was incredibly creepy. Turns out in Maiden, the demo, there was only really one pop-out scare, and it got us right at the end. But we spent the whole time on the edge of our seats. In this one, there was an initial point where there weren't any pop-out scares, but once they started, they were pretty prevalent.
You know what? But I guess we'll kind of get into how we do this course, but like what I kind of enjoyed about this game was the pop-out scares are not like, there's nothing you can fucking do about it. It's a kind of like you got to be led into it, and then there's no way of escaping it. The scariest parts of the game that you and I found, and correct me if I'm wrong, but is when we were navigating the space of like waiting and like hiding. That's what scared us the most.
Yes.
Which is on us really at the end of the day. And I like that part.
And the thing that made me scream was when I was being chased by someone and I turned around and he was there.
Yeah.
What that isn't is you're just walking around and then like in fear, there's just a flash of a psychic image. And it's like, how the fuck would I even have predicted that that's going to happen? It's very cheap.
Yeah. And I don't like that. There's a certain sense of control you have over it.
Yeah.
That like, by nature of me playing video games, I'm not a very patient person. If I really wanted to wait it out, walk the guy, find his route, and then go like, say, oh, okay, walks away now, so I'm going to go here. We didn't do that. We're like, and we're running around. I like that there was control for us.
I agree. And the atmosphere was great. I loved going around. I felt on edge in a way that I enjoy when I'm playing a horror game or watching a horror movie. That feeling of being on edge is that I understand.
Yeah.
It's that sheer terror of a pop-out scare that I don't like, but they didn't achieve that in this game by cheaply just throwing a sound drop at you or something like that. It felt organic. There were a couple moments like opening up a window and birds fly out or something, or crawling through a cage and someone grabs you. Those moments though didn't really scare me that much, which is great.
Because it had elevated it to say that there are really scary things.
Yes.
And so that gets minimalized or trivialized a little bit, and to go like, it's not actually that scary, right? And I think that like says something about the game as a whole.
Yeah, and I think in terms of the story and the overall gameplay, there's a lot to be said about hill people. I mean, in general,
Mikey, there's a lot to be said about hill people.
It's a great setting.
It's a great setting.
They're creepy as fuck.
Yes.
Canonically.
Yeah, they don't live to the social boundaries that we do.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like societal.
They will talk about fucking their babies.
Yes, or the earth as a whole.
Or the earth as a whole with cocks. They use the word cocks liberally.
Cocks, fucking and father in the same sentence constantly. That's like something where like, that doesn't come up in my normal life. I don't like,
and they say daddy as well a lot.
Yeah,
Papa,
which does
daddy.
come up in your life a lot.
That does come up in my life. When there's one point when you escape the church or I think it's before you escape the church, and a light shines on and everyone's like, going crazy. And they're like, daddy, help me, daddy. And I was like, that is me. That is exactly what I would be saying in that situation.
What a confusing boner I have.
Oh man. I'm surprised that I did enjoy the game as a whole, like taking a step back from it. that was an experience that I got something out of. While I was doing it, I fucking hated it.
Yeah. But that's like a lot of scary movies for me though.
Yeah.
The memorable ones are the ones that are like, "Whoa, remember that?" You know, and
Yes.
not like, "Oh, that's just the worst ones just slide off and you never remember them ever
Yes.
again. This one you'll remember. I will say, okay, so story-wise though, I love the Hill People thing.
Yeah.
Totally in on the Hill People. I hope I never run into the Hill People.
Hope not.
I'll stay off hills entirely.
Yeah.
Stay on the plains.
I'm not skiing anymore.
Then the plane people are gonna get
I'm getting tired of these motherfucking plane people in these motherfucking planes.
It's just
What's the deal with these plane people?
Samuel L. Jackson standing in the middle of a field. The religious imagery thing.
Yeah.
A little tiresome. I think that's just like such like a trope to go to, like, God's scary, and you're like, yeah, I know, and like
Cult leaders are scared.
the like manipulation of fear of God,
Yes.
like, which is like, you know, cults
Yep.
and stuff like that, and like Far Cry's done it. A bunch of things have done it. That's one where like, okay, it would have been scary enough if it wasn't God related and just a cult leader.
I get that. Yeah. I honestly don't think that you can separate the two at this point. Where in our consciousness, it's
Interesting.
just so intertwined that it's like, well, what is that cult leader going to do? It's going to be like he's going to be the God type figure. He's going to rewrite the Bible and whatever it is that he wants.
Yeah.
But I do agree. I think it's lazy.
Yeah, it
like,
is.
I think that there's just not much to say that's original about the story. Even the fact that it's like, you're two outsiders and one of them becomes like a weird matriarch figure like that I've seen before.
Yes.
Almost in like
Damsel in distress.
Damsel in Distress, or like Midsummer, where they become like a deity almost. Like,
Yes.
oh, this outsider, this was the foretold one. She is the mother. She is the child, and it just becomes tried.
You know what? The only thing I'd say differently, and maybe this is just like my upbringing coming through, but like with Midsummer, I liked it because it was new. Whereas like this is like more Christian imagery. Like,
Yeah,
you know
yeah,
what I
yeah,
mean?
yeah,
Like
yeah, yeah,
at
yeah.
least that's like a new religion I've never even heard
Yes.
of. Like whereas
Yeah.
this one's like more crosses.
No, I agree.
You know-
I am in agreement there. I do think it's lazy what they did.
Yeah.
I think it would take something special to put you into that hill person trope and not do that. There would have to be something unique.
We're in like a little bit of a Bible belt in that area too.
Yeah,
We're
yeah,
assuming
yeah.
it's in West Virginia. It's in Arizona, right? We keep saying West Virginia. It's in Arizona. So like that would make sense.
And we're just throwing the word hill people around as though that's not going to like.
If someone else has a better idea of what these people are called, I am all for an idea. Also, I don't remember Arizona with this many. Well, then again, there's a canyon in that.
Yeah.
Well, whatever. Nonetheless, do you think they're at the bottom of the canyon?
I think that's what we're going to find out. That's where we are. Yeah.
Very interesting.
Quite
Okay.
a grand canyon it is as well.
The pure vista.
Yeah, exactly. Did you? We actually surprisingly talked a lot more about things that we liked about this game in
Yes.
the outset. I'll say that one thing that I disliked, and I hate this about some games, is
I dislike that I peed myself.
I dislike that I need a new pair of Dockers all of a sudden.
Yeah. Outlast, are you buying me these Dockers? I didn't think so.
Huh? And what if it dribbled all the way down to my Skechers? You gonna buy me a new pair of those as well? It doesn't. Let me look up the warranty for a Secret Lab chair. Doesn't cover shit stains. Hey, Outlast, I'm coming for you. The one thing I don't like though, apart from pissing my pants and shitting my chair, is the darkness. I don't like when you physically can't see.
Yes.
And then there's a resource that you need to use up in order to see. I understand why they do it.
Yes.
But that is not fun to me. It's not enjoyable in the slightest.
The batteries were pretty plentiful. Like there wasn't a period where we're like, we don't have a camera
That's
for
true.
long
That's
period.
true.
That might change,
Yeah.
and that might get a little bit worse with it. And I totally understand that. But I agree with you when the mechanics of the game are so strict in the way that like you cannot touch these people, like you cannot attack.
Yeah.
Then I understand that they need to like carve in some other like caveats.
Yeah.
But I'm with you.
Yeah, I think the overall fun of this game, like in Resident Evil, it puts you through all that in a very similar way, but then you can shoot dogs in the head, and that's cool. But
Where's my shooting dogs in the head Outlast?
Yeah, Outlast. Let me shoot a dog in the head. I
While
didn't
I'm
even
covered
see a
in
dog in this
pee
game.
and piss. Pee and piss. Pee and shit. Pee and piss. Two types. You don't have two types?
Well, mine's the pee, yours is the piss.
Oh, right, okay,
I
yeah.
didn't appreciate that when you were scared, you stood up, pulled your pants down, and peed on me. That was unappreciated.
I'm so scared. I kept yelling out while peeing everywhere.
I've never seen someone pee while hard before.
Yeah. If you want to go over, check that out on YouTube. For all people listening on the podcast.
Yeah.
So I agree with you. I didn't like that as well.
Yeah.
I thought the graphics for 2017 were not, like, they could have been better.
They could have been. Granted, what I will say is we were streaming this through cloud,
Fair.
and that may have been dumbing it down a little bit just to get it through bandwidth properly. I don't know if what I said technologically makes sense, but I think I got the gist of it.
Yeah.
In the opening scene, when it first opened up and we were in the school looking down that hallway, I thought the graphics were phenomenal.
I did too.
And it may just be that things are so dark in the more open environments that we're looking at in Hill People Town.
Yeah.
That it's harder to get a sense of the detail that's in there.
Yeah, it's actually a hamlet. Oh, no, it isn't a hamlet because it has a church. Oh, whatever.
Oh.
There is a whole classification of why things are called certain things.
Oh, really?
And yeah, I don't know.
What is this called?
What is this?
A
relationship.
Hill person.
Oh.
Hill person town.
Hill person town. Yeah.
What is this? Did I pee on you? Then it's a relationship.
There's no coming back from
There's
that.
no coming back from that. Andrew, we've talked a little bit about what we think about it in broad strokes, but do you want to get into our reviews of this game?
Yeah, I'd really love to. I think this is going to be one of our more interesting scores.
Yeah. So as I mentioned before we took the break, usually what we do is we rate and review the game as we remember it back when we played it. So if the game came out in 2003, we rate and review it as we remember it when we played it in 2003. This is a weird one because it came out in 2017 and we don't have any experience playing it. So our first review out of 4 bits for each of us is going to be based on what we think we would have thought of the game had we played it back when it first came out.
Right.
But it's 2017, so it's not a retro game. I think we could still give it, you know what?
Oh, I'd love to hear this.
What if we do this?
Okay.
2013 is when Outlast 1 came out.
Okay.
So let's imagine that we're playing it in the early 2010s.
Okay.
And use this as a guidepost, because apparently they are very similar games.
Okay. Well, I'm all for that. I wonder what the story is in Outlast 1. Now I'm kind of interested.
Oh.
Is it more like helicopter people visit Hilltown?
No, I don't think it's a Hilltown thing. I think it's more city oriented.
Ooh, spooky scary.
It's very spooky scary.
Okay, so 2013. I'm trying to get my mindset of what kind of games came out in 2013 so that I can like picture where we're going to be at. Because, you know, it's interesting too, a 4-year difference between those two games. It's kind of like that's tight. So like you can slip your mind back there pretty easily.
It's interesting too because the first Outlast was originally, I think it started production in 2010 and came out in 2013. And from Outlast 1 to Outlast 2, it took 4 years. So it took longer to make the second game, which I found kind of strange.
That's interesting, yeah.
Because you think you get most of the bare bones out of the way in the first one.
Yeah.
2013, as a point of reference, Grand Theft Auto 5 came out, BioShock Infinite came out, The Last of Us came out. Metro Last Light, which is another good one. Saints Row 4.
Oh, man. Isn't it crazy that GTA came out and
we're still getting
unbelievable.
That is the longest run of a game, apart from like an online. Well, I guess it is because it is online.
It is now. That's where it lives. Yeah,
World of Warcraft or Counter-Strike or things like that have had some pretty long ones as well. Batman: Arkham Origins came out.
Wow. So like this pretty good games, and like also games that we would describe as a modern like look and feel to them too.
Yes.
So like they're competing against heavy hitters. You know. Okay, so do you want me to begin?
Yeah, let's go. Let's do, because the only other option we have is if we rate it, we just give it our rating in the modern day.
No, I think this is a good idea. Let's do it in 2013.
Let's do that.
So we go in 4 bits. Here we go. Did you do that whole thing? The 4 bits? Did you tell all these sweet D-pads?
Oh, I told them out of 4 bits for each of us.
I'm just so stressed out in my head.
I am, honestly, I don't blame you for it.
This is my ambulance. I called it ahead of time.
If you can hear that, yeah.
Oh, it's me, guys. Thanks very much. I walk in, just close the doors myself.
Pass out, face down on the gurney.
Hey, it's been a lot of fun. We'll see you later. Game over. Blank. Okay. You know, this is really tough. You know, I kind of made a joke with Simpsons Hit and Run, and trust me, I don't want to relitigate that because we got enough abuse online for it. But
I'll relitigate it all day long.
But the point of why we gave it a good score is because it was already a layup of things that we liked.
Sure.
It's a GTA clone. That's right down my alley.
Yep.
Simpsons is my favorite show of all time. Wow. They just gave me exactly what I want. Now we go to something like this. And excuse me, but Hit and Run had quality too. And so it's like, wow, this is great.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah. This is the opposite. This has quality, for sure. There's no doubt this has quality, but it is built exactly the opposite of how I enjoy my time.
That's a great point.
So how do I, as a very, very subjective reviewer, put myself into this and you know, we don't want to separate ourselves from this game. We are imagining ourselves playing this game.
Right.
You just heard us play this game. We are the reviewers. We're not like some kind of like, I think the general public would love this game.
Exactly. Especially the retro score is always more subjective than the current score.
For sure.
Yeah.
So 2013, a great gaming year. Last of Us, BioShock Infinite, GTA, all have left huge imprints on me. Batman. So where would this game fall into it? And I can't believe I'm going to say this, but I think really well. I think this is a game that, like, much like BioShock kind of is a really good kind of idea behind that, and GTA in a certain way too, and Last of Us. The story is what comes through the game.
Yes.
And story is what forever for me will make games memorable.
Yeah.
And I think this game is interesting. As much as I'm getting scared and running away from people that are trying to kill me, I'm also like, so wait, what's going on here?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
I'll read this note.
Yeah.
I'll read this weird Bible verse.
Yeah.
I'll read, and that is the stuff that will keep me coming back. And even though some of the stuff is not like, it's because it's not enjoyable. I want to get my wording right here. It's not enjoyable. It is that it's adverse to usually how I find enjoyment. So so I'm gonna say that I actually love this game. I would think about this game and I would come back to it, even though I would dread it the whole time.
Yes.
It's like when you eat spicy food and you try to eat it faster.
Yeah.
Because you're like, it's gonna hurt more if I just slow down. This would be like this, where I'd like do it in 3 days.
Yes.
I am gonna give this. Man, this is good. I'm gonna give this a 3.5 out of 4.
Wow.
I was between 3 and 3.5.
That's great. I'm glad to hear that.
It was a lot of fun, man.
So here's the thing is I didn't even think about this when I contextualized with 2013, but Gone Home came out in 2013.
Okay.
Came out in August of 2013.
Oh, interesting.
This game, I'm pretty sure, came out in April of 2013.
Whoa.
Regardless, Gone Home kind of does represent a before and after moment for me, where I discovered how much I enjoy just storytelling in games, how much I'm willing to pick up a note, read it, and let that tell me what's going on in the world, and have that be the reason why I'm enjoying a game. Even playing Gone Home, I found myself scared, though. You know, I didn't realize how much I was willing to put myself through in order to progress the story. And because of that, I was interested to see what happened in this game. I get that. But I don't know that in 2013, I understood how much I enjoyed story as an element of gaming to be willing to push through. I think for the most part, I would see a note in a game and I'd read it and just be like, fuck that, I'm not reading whatever that says. And it turns out the writing, the writing in terms of the tropes and the story in this game are a little bit tried sometimes. But the writing of the actual notes were pretty good. Like there was some good, like one of the notes that the first one we read about blinding in that one note, we got notes about a mother blinding a daughter, wanting to get fucked by God, and that. Like it was some pretty heavy stuff, and it was well written and engaging. But at that point in time, I would not have been willing to put myself through the scares. I think the only scary game at this point in time that I would have beaten would have been Resident Evil 4. And that has a little bit more of a pressure valve when you get to shoot people and feel like you're in a little bit more control. I would have hated the fact that you can't attack back. I would have fucking hated that at that point in time. I'm giving this one a 2 out of 4.
Okay.
I know that it deserves better, but the retro score, as we mentioned, is an incredibly subjective score, and this game would have done nothing for me.
Okay.
I may have enjoyed the concept of it, but it would have been watching someone else play it.
Yeah.
I wouldn't want to play it.
Well, okay. Hey, that is totally fair because, like we were saying, it's incredibly subjective. But like, let's check in with you a couple minutes on your current score.
Okay.
My current score. Games have advanced in 2021 to require the amount of storytelling that is needed from this game instead of being like, what a lovely treat. Wow, this is amazing. What is storytelling? You need to have an investment and a level of security in this game where you're like, I need to be in this game.
Yeah.
It needs to get your teeth in you, right? And this is, I think, so you wouldn't remark at it and go like, oh, congratulations, you did a story.
You're telling the story through a note.
No, you're doing what is required of you at this point. And so that the mechanic of the no attacking or no control or whatever is really good, and I don't think that would have actually tired for me as much. I kind of like that. I think the camera would have gotten a little annoying.
Yes.
But it's like annoying. I'm trying to figure out my wording here because it's like it is the conceit of how the game works.
Right.
How would have I used it like a gun and gotten really ready at bang, 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 moving up, down, saving batteries? Probably. And so maybe in that play, it would have been really good. But like I said, the graphics are a little bit old, and I would say some of the story stuff is a little bit tired, but it's still kind of a good game.
Yeah.
And I still think that I'm going to be thinking about this in a week, and then I go, should I check out how much it is on Game Pass? I'm going to give it a 3 out of 4.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
By the way, it isn't anything on Game Pass. You can play this online through your browser, or if you have Game Pass on a console.
Just like we did.
I am very surprised that I enjoyed this game. And I did enjoy this game.
Okay.
I hated this game.
Yes.
But I enjoyed this game. And you mentioned, you're like, I'm going to be thinking about it. Should I go back and play it? I ultimately know I'm not going to go back and play it. But I would love You know, it's like I would love God to harden my heart as he did to the Pharaoh, so that I could enslave so that I could play this game and actually enjoy it and get my way through it. If we were playing side by side, or even if I were Twitch streaming and there were people interacting and all that, that might be fun, because there were moments of pure comedy after a tense moment, and then you and I just cracking wise about Papa.
The best.
It was great.
The best.
And I'm like, okay, I understand this feeling of, like you said, eating spicy food, and then when the pain goes away, you're like, whew, what a rush that was. Huh?
Yeah, what a meal.
I like that.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, it's just not the type of adrenaline that I'm looking for because of what it has to put you through. But objectively, if you're looking for scares and Five Nights at Freddy isn't for you because that's not even a fucking game.
Exactly.
This is an engaging game. As much as I don't like the conceit of needing to revolve around your camera so much, that's the point of it. It's limiting you so that it's like, hey, your lifeline slows you down. Yep. You use it, and that's going to A, scare you, B, make you move slowly, and C, drain your resources. And that's just part of it. I don't love that, but I understand how people who like this kind of game would. I'm giving it a 3 out of 4 as well.
Whoa. Okay, that's great. So altogether, that is going to be 11.5 out of 16. You know what? I think that's... I don't know if that belies how much I like it, but I think that score actually is like a really strong score for us in a month that we don't like.
I think we could have easily made the choice to go blatantly low on this score just to make fun of scary games, but that would be to a detriment of this game.
100%.
And even, the Metacritic score of this is typically around an 80 for both Outlast and Outlast 2. So people who like it, they get what they need out of it, and that's that. By the way, I didn't mention that the company that made this game is Red Barrels. They're out of Montreal.
Oh, there you go.
A few people who used to work at Ubisoft and EA, who just kind of disbanded from their old companies and got together to make this. And what is this, the fourth or fifth week in a row that we're talking about a Canadian developer?
That's crazy. Yeah. I know. I'm very interested if the Outlast series continues. I'd be very interested to see.
It is. They have another one. They have a multiplayer game, which I'm assuming will be kind of like Dead by Daylight, those sorts of things. Yep. Coming out, I believe, in 2022. It was originally slated for 21, and Outlast 3 is also in the works as well.
Mikey, fingers crossed it doesn't come out in February or October. Because we might have to go revisit it, and it was spooky scary. But you know what? Mikey, we did it.
We did it.
Oh my God, we did it. We did it. We survived Retrograde.
I legit just had like a feeling of calm wash over me. That's amazing.
We did it. We survived Retrograde. If you have scary games that you want us to play, start putting them in now, because who knows when they're going to come up again.
God knows, baby.
We might be doing it again soon. So thank you so much for following along in Retrograde.
Well, wait.
Oh my God! I did it again. I did it again.
We got awards to give.
We got awards.
This game is fiending for. This game is standing in the corner right now and saying, "Daddy, give me some awards, Daddy."
Yes, but grow a penis and have sex with me.
Whoa, Jesus Christ!
Well, that's what that letter said. Huh? That's what that letter said.
It said, "Grow a cock and have sex with me."
Oh, I didn't feel like I wanted to make it blue.
Yeah, you want it to be family friendly with that.
I said the word penis because it's a medical term.
Yes, exactly.
Yes.
Okay, so let's let the orchestra warm up and take us into the award ceremony this week.
I regret so much of what I said already.
You've been waiting for it all year. The most glamorous award ceremony of the week. Ladies and gentlemen, the Grady's.
Oh, wow. Okay,
wow.
Beautiful.
Beautiful.
Yeah,
beautiful.
Wonderful. There's nothing like going out from cocks to going beautiful orchestra music. That is Retrograde in a really like a God.
This is just in a microcosm is our entire podcast.
Exactly.
Elliot, you look great. You're dressed as a mountain person.
I was just gonna say, you've advanced to mountain. You've been promoted to mountain person now. No more hills for you, my friend.
I don't think you're keeping that envelope announcing the awards in your pocket, because all your pockets probably have holes riddled in them because your clothes look like cheesecloth.
Yes, cheesecloth. Are you wearing cheesecloth?
You are wearing cheesecloth.
Yeah.
Well, the mountain people make you wear it because then when you wash it, you also get a bunch of cheese.
Oh, that's good. There you go.
It's delicious.
God damn it. What is happening? This place is going off the rails. Oh, God. Okay. Mountain person Elliot, let us know what awards this game has won.
The Wine Cellar.
Only the fanciest awards for the fanciest of games.
Daddy, grow a penis and have sex with me.
Yeah, a couple wine glasses for the hill people of blood, probably, or something weird. Yeah, there's nothing like giving the Wine Cellar Award to a game where we've stepped over a pit of baby carcasses.
And heard the crushing sound underneath their feet.
Dude, I love the idea that they, somewhere in Montreal, had to go like, do you think this crushing sound is devastating enough? And we're
What
like,
do you think?
do
this
that
is, babies or what? Is this
Can I hear one again? Yeah, that's pretty disgusting. I love that. Okay.
the Wine Cellar? Before I announce what it is, I'm going to do my ceremonial sip.
Oh, yeah.
1997.
Great year.
Cabernet Franc.
Yeah, that's a wine.
Wine Cellar is higher current score than the retro score,
Well, there you go.
which this, say what you will about it,
yeah,
deserves.
absolutely deserves.
And that's that, Andrew.
That's that. You like I kind of skipped ahead here a little bit for a second. I keep forgetting about the awards. You know what? This was a great way to end because it is exactly, in my mind, what Retrograde entails. It's us playing a game kind of cooperatively, having fun with it, getting the absolute dickens scared out of us.
The piss and pee scared out of
Yes,
us.
100%. The sketches and dockers scared out of us. And we're very happy to be putting this to bed for 11 more months so that we can pick it up again soon.
Yes. That's right. And if that isn't your reminder to go wash your dockers, I don't know what is.
Yes, exactly. Wash your dockers, everybody. This is what this has been. This has been an hour and a half PSA on wash your dockers. Okay, thank you so much. We love every single one of you. We hope you survived Retrograde just like we did, and we can't wait to talk to you soon. My name is Andrew Bascom, and with me, as always, is the bad boy of podcasting, Mr. Bebop himself,
Mikey Aaronworth.
This is the Retrograde podcast. Going into our coffee.
Scares over.
Thank you so much for listening to the Retrograde podcast.
We look forward to recording this podcast all week long, and we hope you guys look forward to listening to it.
You know how we got into retro video game podcasting? For the money and the babes? We're really in it for the ratings and reviews.
Money is ratings. Reviews are babes.
Please subscribe, rate, and review wherever you enjoy podcasts.
For any business inquiries, you can always email the retrogradepodcast@gmail.com.
You can find us on Twitter @RetrogradePod.
And you can find Andrew on Twitter @RetrogradeAndy.
And then Mikey @RetrogradeMikey.
Instagram @The Retrograde Podcast. And remember, find us on Patreon, patreon.com/The Retrograde Podcast for all of your non-essential but very much enjoyable content. We don't ask that you give us much, apart from joining our Patreon. But what we do ask is that you join this community that we've grown. Also, give us some of your blood.
Yeah. I want some of your hair in a bag. Thanks for listening from your two dads.
Furnished by Sad Styles Productions.
Uh-oh.
Fuck.
Everyone who plays it will die.
Yeah.